If you're new here, we're Charlene, Chris and Holly, and we've been living and travelling in our motorhome for the past 2 years. In today's video, you join us for our final few days of van life here, where the coast meets the mountains. We're actually here to try and spot the Loch Ness monster. I can't see him. And we get to truly experience Scotland in its full beauty. Good morning. We've actually made it to the Scottish Highlands, so we're back on mainland Scotland, and we just parked up beside this loch. We really loved our time last week on the Isle of Skye. It's very, very beautiful, but we're kind of happy now to kind of be back in the Highlands. Charlene's just put in some sun cream so I don't get burnt again. Have I got a white hat? Tell me the truth.
And your ears as well. It's very important, guys. All done.
Now we can get going.
It was a wonderful spot by the lake. This road isn't that much busy during the night, so we slept like babies, and in the morning we woke up with the sound of the birds. We stayed 2 days there. We really loved it. It was so nice. It was so peaceful at night. We're driving to Loch Ness. We were parked in between Loch Ness and Fort William, and we decided to drive 20 minutes further up just to see it. Grey water tanks are full and we're running out of water as well, so we really need to find a campsite. We made it to Loch Ness. We parked here and we just came down to enjoy these splendid views.
We've only been in like 1 minute and the trucks are passing by and shaking the van like crazy. But there's this nice pathway that brings you down to the lake, and we're actually here to try and spot the Loch Ness monster. I can't see him. Have you ever seen any of those old photos of the Loch Ness monster sightings? Do you think they're real? I don't think they're real, to be honest.
I actually found out about this monster yesterday.
But there is.
I think if there was a monster living here,
you'd know about it.
Yes.
Been sightings.
Oh really?
Of a Loch Ness monster with a long neck popping out the water.
Oh. Maybe the dragon of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Here.
Exactly. It's like a dragon kind of, yeah. That's what they say.
I'm definitely not going in these waters.
You're not going to take the risk. So many waves on the lake today. This whole area here in the Highlands is very green, so many trees and mountains everywhere. Like, personally speaking, as much as I love the coast, I prefer spending time in places like this. Unfortunately, Charlene loves the coast a bit more, so we have to make a bit of a compromise sometimes. I'm also looking forward to get back to Europe in the next few weeks, just so we can enjoy the Alps and the mountains again. Everything is so perfect there, but to be honest, like, Scotland has really impressed me so far. It has a bit of everything. We've had fantastic weather. Obviously the odd rainy day here and there, but very green, loads of mountains, lakes, lochs, castles, coastlines, sandy beaches, very nice. I might even go as far as saying that this is our favourite country that we've visited so far with our van. Loch Ness is actually quite a very long and thin lake. We're kind of in the middle of it, and we're going to head south now.
There are so many people here. Bad vibes.
Yeah, this place is so busy. We're currently stuck in traffic, but a different kind of traffic, because we're in Fort Augustus at the moment trying to get through, and there's this canal, and yeah, basically we're on red traffic lights. Boats have just been passing for the last 10 minutes, I'd like to say. This was the only way through, so not much we can do.
We're going to have a sandwich by this lake. It's so peaceful and quiet in this area, but just opposite us they're cutting trees. I have no idea why they cut trees. We saw this everywhere in Scotland. It's such a pity to see these forests, being torn away.
What a beautiful spot we found here for our breakfast.
Very calm.
Very nice. The only downside is there's like a few pieces of glass here. Here's the big one.
some people don't think of others. We have our dog, you know, many dogs can come here as well, and also children.
We've just stopped off at Glenfinnan Viaduct. If you're a Harry Potter fan, like I've seen a few already, you know where this place is. Basically, it's a viaduct where this train passes from. Very famous landmark here in Scotland. So it's got 21 arches, and this place was made famous from the Harry Potter movies. In fact, we've already seen a few Harry Potter fans here with the scarf. There's actually quite a lot of people as well, to be honest, on the grass waiting for the train. And I can see there's a few groups of people up on the left and on the right there with a bit of a better vantage point. To be honest, we don't know which way the train is going to come from, so don't really know which way we should go. Just had a quick check online and it looks like it's going to come from Mallaig, which is the west. I'm going to try and get a bit of a vantage point in this direction because I guess if we got the right timetable, the train is going to come from this side. Now the train only passes about 4 times during the day in summer, and in winter I think it's even less. So if you do have a full day and you want to visit this place, kind of check the times. Not like we did. We've just rolled up here and luckily there's the train come in about half an hour, but 10 minutes have passed already, so we need to get going. So we've made it up. As you can see, there's quite a few people behind me as well here. Everyone's here waiting for the train to come. Oh, that was actually so cool.
Such an amazing view of the viaduct and the train passing, you know.
We're actually going to continue now along this road here towards Mallaig. We just hope that we'll find a parking space because there's a few campsites which were all full up, and then apart from that there's just like 2 other spots that we found on Park for Night, so we're heading there a bit early, or as early as we can really, to hopefully get one of those spots.
The drive from here to Mallaig is around 30 minutes. We're enjoying the breathtaking views of this wonderful area in Scotland. The Highlands are very cool. Nice.
Amazing. Where the hell are we?
As we reached the coast, I quickly realised that the beachside parking spots were not really suitable for a big van like ours. So we decided to try calling the campsites again.
Hi there, by any chance you don't have any spots for today for a motorhome?
And after several failed attempts...
Hi, by any chance do you have any pitches available for today for a motorhome?
I do indeed, yes.
We're just at the beach, 1 minute away I think, so...
Yeah, listen, just go straight onto the pitch that I'm going to tell you about.
Okay.
And okay, just go
Half a mile
open the
away.
gate, go straight onto pitch 10.
10.
And I'll come round later this evening, okay?
Cool, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers, bye-bye.
Bye.
High five!
That's good. At least we found somewhere.
Yeah, finally! Woo! We're going to the beach!
We just checked into this campsite on the beach, very lucky to find it, and we'll have an explore about in a bit. So the brake light came on again. If you remember last week, we got the brake light on for the first time. I think we've only got about like 4 or 5 millimeters left on the brake pads. So back in Skye, we actually stopped by another garage last week, and again, like they couldn't help us. They said we need to wait at least another 2 weeks because everyone's so busy at the moment. What a really nice spot this place is. We're currently on the west coast of Scotland. I'm not sure of the name of this place. It's quite weird actually, but I'll put it up on the screen now so you can check it out. Very beautiful place here. The campsite is just by the sea. We've got like this little beach here to ourselves. As soon as we arrived, it looked totally different, but now the tide's come in, it kind of looks like a proper beach. Had a bit of a relaxing afternoon here. Charlene's back in the van at the moment, and we're kind of just trying to enjoy our last few days here in Scotland. Yeah, the water's pretty cold. There's so many of these little shells here. Like this. Wow, Scotland's just so beautiful, and the sun's out. We've just had a bit of a relaxing time here at the campsite. We didn't do much, to be honest, just rested a bit. The beach here is absolutely beautiful, as you saw yesterday. Charlene even went for a morning dip today without me. Quite a few things to do, to be honest. Like when you're traveling full time, it does catch up to you sometimes. Like underneath the bed is full of dirty clothes and laundry, so we might go and do that today. As you might better see, I need a haircut as well, which is why I'm practically wearing a hat 24/7. So I think today we might head into town and get those things sorted. But overall, quite a nice campsite here. The only thing was that late last night a van arrived about 11 PM and they were outside for about an hour or two, just opening and closing doors and laughing, making noise. So I don't know, it's not a big problem, but I don't know if this ever happened to you as well, like in a van, like when someone parks up next to you and they're just like opening and closing the door. I don't know why so many times, but it is what it is, eh? I think I mentioned last time that when we're at a campsite, something you don't see is, apart from enjoying the area, I like to spend a lot of time editing as well, taking full advantage of the electric hookup, because like when you're editing videos, the laptop gets quite power hungry, so when you're off grid it does get a bit difficult. But this campsite I decided not to do anything, so didn't do any editing whatsoever and kind of just rested. And I think like sometimes you really need that. I think when we do like a really long trip like this one here in the UK where we've been traveling, as well as same what we did last year in Turkey, when it gets to the final few weeks we kind of start feeling it, and I think we reached that point maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we're just going to try and enjoy our last few days here in Scotland, and yeah, and then we're off to England again. And Holly is just sitting quiet in front of us, looking at the dogs. There's so many dogs here in this campsite. She's got like one in every different direction, and she's just looking at them quietly, observing.
There's one small little white dog there. He's so cute. He's been running for his ball.
Yeah, Charlene keeps telling me when she sees him, she wants to get another dog.
Not for me, just for Holly to have company, because whenever she meets up with other dogs, you know, she's very happy, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure she will be, but I think it would be a bit too much to have another dog. Hard enough managing with this one.
Biting them.
Yeah, we're going to do the sheets as well today.
Oh my god, this is a lot.
We actually stopped in this place called Cowell. It's about a few minutes from Fort William, and it's just this big open parking space here and a bunch of shops all around. There's like vets, a couple of pharmacies, 2 hairdressers, which are both full, I'm afraid. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get my hair cut today. While we're waiting for our laundry to get done, we're going to have a spot of breakfast. I think they're running for about 30 minutes. We've got 3 washing machines in one go. Very nice ladies there as well. They set up everything for us, and then we just need to wait for them to dry. This is actually quite a cool spot though, because there's a large parking area in the middle and it's just covered with shops, so it's so easy to do things. It's just a shame about the hairdressers, they don't have an appointment. Oh, thanks. Finally!
How was it?
Good.
Oh, you look sexy!
Just stopped here in Fort William, is this?
Yeah,
where are we?
it is.
And finally managed to get a haircut. Shaved some off at least.
Sexy boy!
It was too long. Let's go and get out of here.
By the way, guys, we didn't pay for this parking.
No, you didn't pay?
I stayed in the van.
So we've made it to Glencoe. All along the road they were all packed, all the parking lots. So many tourists at the moment here in Scotland. We've also seen a lot of roadkill as well. So many dead deer on the sides of the road, like in the last 2-3 days. I think there's either a lot of wildlife here or just a lot of people driving crazy. Really sad to see, but yeah, one of them was huge. Must have left a big dent in someone's car. And this is something really cool here in Scotland as well, that the mountains are kind of like massive, and then you've got the roads which kind of go in between them. Whereas in Europe there's a lot of mountain passes. It does look different to us, and come to think of it, in hot weather we kind of like getting up the mountain to kind of have some cooler weather. So that might not be that possible here in Scotland, because the only way is to hike up. Wait for me, Holly. Wait for me. Today was about 24 degrees Celsius. Definitely the hottest day so far, I think, here in Scotland. So I don't mind climbing up here. It's a bit more breezy up here, so definitely much better. For some reason, the van, this past week or two, the van has been feeling like really hot. Heading up this hill or mountain, it's kind of in between. It's like in between a hill and a mountain, and just gonna go up there and check out and see if we can get a better view of the valley. This helicopter just passed by really low, and you could hear it echoing throughout the whole valley. There's also another attraction just a few minutes down the road called the Meeting of the Three Waters. I think it's where certain waterfalls meet. Look at this. The valley's looking so nice from up here. The largest mountain here in Scotland is Ben Nevis, and it's just over this mountain here in front of me. It is a bit busy on the roads, and you've also got to watch out as well for the timber lorry drivers. They're just, not all of them, but some of them are crazy, you know. They just come behind you, start beeping. Even today I was driving about 70 miles an hour and one car behind me beeped and then overtook me and nearly like crashed into us. Really, they just overtake by, I don't know, less than half a meter, I'd say, between us. So risky just to kind of get a few kilometers ahead. Does it make sense? So really nice hike here in the mountains, like everywhere is green. In the photos I've always seen like a grey and a black dark Scotland, and it's so funny to kind of see everything green and blue in this beautiful summer weather. But I think this is as far as we go, right, Holly? I think we're going to try and find a better park up somewhere a bit more in nature. I think we've only got about 2 or 3 more nights left in Scotland, so we want to kind of make the most of it. Yeah, it's massive. I can see why it's called Palace.
Palace?
Yeah, Morello Palace. Wonder what it looks like inside. We're driving along Loch Leven. Very beautiful here. We've got a nice vista of the mountains in front of us where we're just now. We're just driving alongside the lake really. We're going to go and check out a few spots further up to see if we can park up for the night. It'd be nice though, I think, here, right?
Looks amazing.
So we did find a really nice spot here by the lake. There's another camper further up. We stopped by a few places to be honest, and there was no overnight parking signs in some of them, but nothing that I can see in this one, and it's pretty nice. It looks like some people have been here before because there's like a fire pit. It's a bit windy as well now, which is not a bad thing to be honest in these warm days, because it means that there might be no midges tonight and we might be able to stay outside for a bit at least. It's actually a rather quiet street, so not many cars pass, but got a good park up by the loch.
So from the supermarket I bought mint sauce. This is something that I don't usually find in supermarkets back in Germany, Austria, Slovenia, you know, and even France. So wow, this is something really special that I got to find this. I got like 20 bites on my feet here, and I got some of them. They're so big that they're really like itching me. This week we met a Swiss couple. We were having a chat outside our van, and all of a sudden, I don't know how many midges, but there were a lot of midges. They invaded us basically, and we had to say a quick goodbye and get into our vans. It was so funny. Pumpkin here. She's off to bed early today.
We've been working here for the most part of the day. We actually had to move last night from the park up that we showed you. We've just moved about 100 meters to this lay-by because the wind really picked up, and again our fridge was not working because the wind was kind of blowing directly into it. So we've moved to this lay-by instead, and we had a good night here to be honest. The weather is actually really hot at the moment, in the high 20s here in Scotland. I never thought it gets this hot here. I don't know if it's because of the cold winter or something, but we're really feeling the heat at the moment, and we haven't even hit 30 degrees yet. So the plan today really now is just to kind of drive down slowly, and maybe we'll stop somewhere we like for our final park up of our Scotland adventure. We drove down this very narrow road through a village. We thought we were in the middle of nowhere, but we've just arrived here at the jetty. Very open space, and there's so many campers about. Not a bad thing, just we couldn't really find a parking spot, so we're going to park here in the middle. We're not blocking anyone in, so I think we should be good for our final park up here in Scotland.
Looks nice, yeah.
Very nice. We'll show you outside in a minute, but we need to eat first because we've got some salmon. It looks good, and we're starving. Stay. Stay.
Miskino.
Stay.
Oh.
I call this dog with sunglasses. What a good girl. Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna ruin them.
This should be a really nice end to our Scottish trip. I can't emphasize enough how much we enjoyed it here. One of the favourite countries, if not I think the favourite country that we've ever visited with our van. And although kind of I'm a bit happy now that we're going to start heading south and kind of calm down a bit on the travelling side, I'm still kind of sad that we're leaving this place, and we will definitely be back, that's for sure. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop a comment, like, and if you're new here, why not subscribe to the channel? Some more videos coming up. I guess I'll see you next week in England. We've got some important stuff that we need to do there, so see you in the next one.